33-story hotel and condo project?
I'd probably be
Okay,
like
like
that.
stop, tap.
This is a plan by the community for the community.
This one here. Show me.
No problem, Ken. Thanks for having me.
It's Kent Mulgat for Kelowna Now. And we're joined by Bryden Labors at Kelowna Nissan. Bryden, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for coming down.
The subject being electric cars. When it comes up, are people usually, if they're asking you about electric cars, have they already made up their mind in most cases that that's what they're going to do, go electric?
Well, I'd say a lot of the current Leaf owners that we have are quite well researched on the subject. So a lot of the decision-making process has been made before they've entered this door. Some of the most common questions that we get from people that are initially looking at the concept of owning a Leaf are, how long does it take to get one? That's always a big question. Currently on a Leaf, if you were to order a 2019, which is what we're ordering, theoretically be built in October, delivered in November, December, so you're about a 5 to 6 month waiting period at this point.
In the beginning, the cars were heavy, and I think the perception was that compared to a traditional gas-powered vehicle, that they're kind of gutless. But apparently that's not really the case.
You know, and before I started selling the Leaf, I was kind of the same opinion. Just really, it was just because I didn't have the education on it and know what it's actually all about. But with the new Leaf, it's actually 236 foot-pounds of torque, and it's instant torque. So you would actually be quite surprised off the line when you punch the gas pedal, or E-pedal in this case, the kind of pickup that it has. So for passing, merging, highway driving, you're perfectly good in anything in its size category right now.
Running a gas-powered car is getting more and more expensive. Is that tipping more and more people into considering electric?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, everyone has the sticker shock at the pump from time to time. And even around Kelowna, including our own dealership, we have 2 different free charge points here as well. The monthly operating cost in this vehicle is significantly less, obviously. The Leaf was definitely one of the first to the market as a mainstream electric vehicle. And actually in March, they had about 320,000 sales worldwide. So what may have held the Leaf back a little bit in the past was being the first person to own the first electric mainstream vehicle. How's that going to look long-term, cost-wise, maintenance and repairs and resale value and things of that nature. And with the amount that have been on the road worldwide, we've actually seen the track record and the ownership experience on these higher than expected.
So with all the savings on fuel, is an electric car cheaper to drive than a gas-powered one? We had Jeanie McLean at BDO Kelowna compare the Nissan Leaf S with its gas-powered cousin, the Nissan Versa Note SR.
So I've compared the two vehicles over a 5-year ownership period, driving about 20,000 kilometers per year. That's about 55 kilometers per day, so let's say like an hour of driving per day. Based on that, with the purchase price difference up front of $12,000 between the electric car and the gas car, and annual savings of only about $1,200 a year, it seems like after the 5-year ownership period, it's still going to cost you about $6,000 for the electric vehicle.
Tell me about the insurance factor.
Yeah, so I've got a couple of quotes for the insurance for the electric car and the gas car. And surprisingly, the insurance on the electric car is about $500 to $700 more to insure on average per year. So that kind of hurts the calculations for the electric car as well, because every year you're paying $500 to $700 more to insure that vehicle.
It wasn't a perfect comparison going between the Versa Note SR and the Leaf S, because the electric car in that comparison actually has some other upgrades. So if we were to find a more perfect comparison where the only difference is one's gas and one's electric and all the other quality elements are equal, the difference might be less than $12,000. If it was $9,000 or $10,000, might it be getting near even?
Yeah, so after about 5 years, your net cost was still about $6,000. So I would say if you could find something that has a purchase price difference of, let's say, $6,000 less, so 12 minus 6 is 6, then I think you could start to break even.
Problem is, the cost differential between an electric car and a gasoline car is usually more than $6,000. So based on our calculations, if you're going to buy an electric car today, you're probably going to have to do it because you've decided it's the right thing to do. For Kelowna Now, this is Kent Mulgat.